Hello, welcome back again, this time to song 4. Today we have an absolute classic, an era-defining song even claimed to be the best song of all time. Now, though this song was performed by Mott the Hoople, and those are the original performers, it was actually written and produced by David Bowie. There's a great story behind how this came to be, to which I provide a link for all those interested, but I needn't dwell on it here. In any case, this song is, in my opinion, at least out of the 10 in this series, the best written, best sounding, and most complex to analyse. All the Young Dudes was intended as Bowie's love letter to the misfits, those young men and women he saw at his gigs who didn't fit into society, but whom he saw as far more authentic than the older generations, even older boomers, whom he saw as more conformist to the pre-war culture. As you'll see though, this song does not shy away from darker themes, speaking of which, we start here. Well, Billy rapped all night about his suicide, how he'd kick it in the head when he was 25. Speed jive, don't want to stay alive when you're 25. This, the start of the song, is rather dark, especially for its time. What it does though is clearly state that Bowie and Mott the Hoople do not stand with the normal man, but with the freak. With that said, the intention behind the line is not as extreme as it sounds, but rather that it's meant in the same sort of sense as My Generation's line, I hope I die before I get old. It's the desire to stay young and never become like the older generations, which this song stands against, as My Generation did in its time. And Wendy's stealing clothes from Marks and Sparks, and Freddie's got spots from ripping off the stars from his face, funky little boat race. Now, not only does Bowie stand with the perpetual under 25s, but also with shoplifters and camp men who play dress up, which to be fair is unsurprising as he was one such man. But now, compare such people to the men of the past. Men willing to die for their homelands, men who happily became cohesive parts of their societies for the societal benefit, men who were real men. Compared to that, Wendy robbing her local M&S and Freddie being a little bender hardly seem like good role models. Yet, I must note that, in response to this song, Marks & Spencer made a massive fuss, after which Bowie changed the line from Marks & Sparks to Unlocked Cars, a lyrically inferior change. It seems therefore that these songs genuinely were having an impact and degrading the society. By making shoplifters cool, shoplifting was given legitimacy and, unsurprisingly, increased. I personally doubt that something like this would ever have been encouraged by the silent generation. Yet, the people represented in this song are the people whom Bowie views as being more authentic than the members of polite society, and these were the people whom he wanted to reach. Indeed, Television Man is crazy, saying we're juvenile delinquent wrecks. Oh man, I need TV when I've got T-Rex. Oh brother, you guessed, I'm a dude, dad. Now, I'm no lover of mainstream media, but it seems to me that the Television Man was actually entirely justified in his assessment. From what we've heard already, it would be hard to argue anything other than the idea that these people are juvenile, are delinquents, and are total wrecks. But in here too is the more rebellious side. Now, in more extreme terms than those of My Generation, we are closer to the meme of fuck you mum and dad. It's I don't need your world because I have my world, we don't need you, we won't conform, I'm a dude, dad. As it would seem, the perpetual teenage attitude remains the recurring theme. Here I'm only going to highlight the text that's not in the brackets. We have, hey dudes, where are ya? Stand up, come on, I want to hear you, I want to see you, I want to talk to you, all of you, now. In this chorus here, what we have to all intents and purposes is a call not necessarily to action, but to make oneself known. Stand up, where are you? I want to hear you, I want to see you. This is the encouragement of all of Bowie's following of freaks to reject the ways of their parents and to proudly embrace their freak nature, to adopt the way of the ultimate good in the boomer truth regime, unlimited individual self-expression, and to be entirely shameless in doing so. Here we have, now Lucy looks sweet because he dresses like a queen, but he can kick like a mule, it's a real mean team. But we can love, oh yes, we can love. Now what we have is a cross-dresser going by a female name but male pronouns. This is the gender bending of the 1970s, akin to Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side or Lola by the Kinks. It's self-expression taken to the extreme, entirely deracinated from biological reality. And with the "we can love" lines, Bowie is saying that these people, unconventional as they are still complete human beings, equally capable of love, if not more so. What he contrasts it with is this: "And my brother's back at home with his Beatles and his Stones, we never got it off on that Revolution stuff, what a drag, too many snags." The Beatles and Rolling Stones reference here alludes to the cultural revolution that took place in the 1960s. Whilst the hippie movement, the anti-war stuff, the sexual revolution, and all the drugs were seen as a predominantly American thing, the same sort of counterculture strain occurred in Britain, with the rejection of the old order in favour of hedonistic fun. Here, Bowie rejects the uniquely 60s flavour of the Cultural Revolution in search for something that would better reflect the new fashions of the middle and younger boomers who were teenagers in the 1970s. For these people, the 60s stuff would not do, hence why it's here being listened to not by the speaker, but by the speaker's brother, older brother presumably. The people Bowie was writing about were too young for Beatles mania and wanted something for themselves. The 60s and the subcultures of those times simply weren't cool to this subgeneration anymore. Now I've drunk a lot of wine and I'm feeling fine, got to race some cat to bed. Oh, is there concrete all around or is it in my head? Yeah, I'm a dude, dad. This bit here is a little more abstract and admittedly I'm not entirely sure what Bowie intended by it. As far as I can tell, the concrete here represents the perceived blandness of normality, against which the wine makes things more interesting. Perhaps the doubt about whether it's all in his head is trying to say that this society is a frame of mind rather than some fixed reality. Maybe it's open-ended for people to fill it with their own meaning. By all means, let me know what you think this bit's on about. Anyway, the rest of the song is mostly more of the same, with Bowie, through Mott the Hoople, continuing to call on people to stand up, come forth, and recognise each other such that they can form bonds with all the other dudes. But the fact that this, with its criminality, heavy rejection of the old society, gender bending, and general delinquency, became the anthem of those maturing in the 1970s is a great shame. Still, this song serves as a great insight into the uniquely 70s expression of boomer counterculture, and it's interesting to see how the ideas of my generation have been carried forward and developed. So, whilst the song is lyrically and musically brilliant, it's quite clear that the message here is awful, and I think that everyone involved in it should feel a great deal of shame.